Hi everyone, I'm Francisco Salazar, but you can call me Fran. You may have noticed that I recently changed a few things on my stream screens, just testing new ideas to improve the experience. One of those changes is the background. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create this 3D animated grid tunnel in Blender, step by step. So without further ado, let's get started. First, open a new Blender file. Add a cube. Go into edit mode and delete the front face. Now select the back face and move it along the y-axis until the cube starts to look like a tunnel. The length is totally up to you. Just keep in mind that a longer tunnel gives you a deeper animation effect. Now go to the front view and add a camera. Set the resolution to 1920 by 1080 to keep a standard HD frame. Position the camera so the tunnel lines up nicely in the shot. Select the tunnel and create a new material. Delete the principal BSDF and replace it with an emission shader so the grid can glow for render. To create the grid, we're going to use a Voronoi texture. This will make the grid glow when we render. Change the distance metric from Euclidean to Chebyshev and set randomness to 0 to keep the grid uniform. Make sure Node Wrangler is enabled. Select the Voronoi node and press Ctrl-T. Blender will automatically add the texture coordinate and mapping nodes for us. Now change the texture coordinate from generated to object. Add a color ramp after the Voronoi and set it to constant, so there are no gradients. Move the white slider closer to the black one until the grid starts to appear. Next, add a gradient texture. Connect it to a mapping node and rotate it 90 degrees so the gradient runs along the tunnel. Now add a mixed color node. Connect the gradient texture to factor and the Voronoi color ramp to color B. Add another color ramp between the gradient texture and the mixed color node and set it to ease to get a smoother fade. Now set the A color of the mixed color node as the background color. In the first color ramp, change the black color to match that background. The white color will control the grid lines. Next, increase the X location in the gradients mapping node until the fade happens near the end of the tunnel. Now move to the Voronoi mapping node and lower the Y scale to make the grid look more defined and less stretched from the camera view. Finally, go back to the gradient mapping node and slightly lower the Y scale to make the fade softer. You'll notice that the edges of the tunnel aren't catching the grid properly. To fix this, go into Edit mode, select the right and left faces, duplicate the material and assign it to those faces. You can name one material main and the other side. Now adjust the scale of the first mapping node, the one connected to the Voronoi texture, for both materials. For the right and left faces, adjust the Z scale. For the top and bottom faces, adjust the X scale. Use the same value for consistency. In my case, 0.9 worked really well. Now it's time to animate the tunnel. Switch one editor to the timeline and set the animation range. I'm using frames 1 to 27. Go to frame 1, select the main material, then select the mapping node, the one connected to the Voronoi texture, and insert a keyframe for the location. Move to frame 28, change the Y location and using 0.2, and press I to insert the new keyframe. Do the same steps for the sides material. Finally, select all keyframes in the summary row . Press T and choose Linear. Now the animation loops smoothly at a constant speed. It's time to render our animation and see the final result. If you want more details about the method I use to render animations, you can check my video how to create turntable videos using Blender and DaVinci Resolve. I'll leave the link in the description below. And just like that, we've created our grid animation. If you found this helpful, give it a like and share it with others. For more tips and 3D content, don't forget to subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you'd like me to cover next. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.